guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to bring you another one of my digi kits, and I've got it all piled up here just because, as you know, I just love the look of all the lace and the bling and things like that on top of the papers. It just looks super scrumptious. So I'm going to move all this stuff out the way now, just so that I can show you what we've got here. So I'll just get rid of that out of the way. Okay, so this one here is called Meandering Meadow, and it's again one of my smaller kits. I know that I've said this recently. I think they're kind of really versatile then, and people don't have to buy kind of, you know, a big expensive item. They could just either buy the background pages or the ephemera part, or of course you could buy both. So hopefully it makes it much more affordable for, you know, sort of more people. So the background pages, I mean, they're taken from a beautiful vintage book that I managed to, you know, pick up recently. Well, actually quite a long time ago. It's just taken me this long to get round to actually making them. But they're absolutely beautiful images and very delicate and subtle colours. So you get 10 background pages. So if I just go through those. Now, my printer was misbehaving, I have to say. So a couple of these are kind of off at the edges. I couldn't seem to get my printer to accept the paper kind of borderless. So this is another one. Look at this gorgeous image here. I hope that the camera's picking that up. It's just got these absolutely gorgeous little deer kind of poking over. In fact, they're there as well. So obviously that's, you know, more clear to see. So pretty. And obviously this is predominantly kind of beige with blues and pinks running through it. It's super, super pretty. I just love, love, love the images. So gorgeous image here with this lady and I assume her child, but I don't know whether he's dressed up as an angel but got wings on and playing a little violin. A sheep there, another one, and all sheep behind her in the meadow. And this is what I'm saying, you know, I couldn't get my printer to print borderless. For some reason it was just misbehaving, and in the end I just gave up mucking about with it. So yeah, but obviously if you set your printer settings to borderless, you should get borderless prints. There's another page. So they're really, really pretty. It's got a lovely sort of very relaxing, tranquil kind of nice feel about it. Gorgeous, gorgeous image here again of this very pretty lady. And look at this gorgeous lady. Oh, she is just so lovely, isn't she? I just love these colours. They're just so beautiful. Then we've got this page with this lovely image of this girl playing with her cats. Just, well, like little kittens really, but yeah, just very, very pretty images. And I've also included a few with some lined parts as well. Then, as always, you get, so it's 10 background pages. It's 11 really, but you know, the final page is just a coffee dyed, you know, coffee dyed background page. So that's that. And obviously, again, I know I do always say this, but I include the coffee dyed background page so that if when you're printing your background pages, you wanted to double side them, but with something plain on the back, you can just obviously print them double sided, you know, run through kind of 10 pages, printing the coffee dyed background, and then run it back through, and you'd obviously have it double sided with the coffee dyed. So, you know, I just think that's quite a handy thing to be able to do. And obviously if you bought the ephemera pieces as well, then you could do the same again. So you could run it through, print your background, and then run it back through, getting all of your pieces there with some background page. So the ephemera pieces, they are a 7-page download, and I've actually done JPEG files because yeah, I have decided to put them in there. I know not everybody kind of finds them great because they come in the zip file, you have to extract them and all that stuff. But you know, you've got the alternative, so you've got PDF file and also the JPEG files. So you know, if you like just the PDF that's nice and straightforward to use, that's there. But if you prefer the JPEG where you can kind of obviously resize and pull it into whatever application or program that you use, you can do that as well. So you get 7 pages, and you've got first page with just these gorgeous journaling cards. Again, you've got that gorgeous image there. Then you've got more journaling cards here, little round one, and a sort of label there. And then on this page, you've got, again, some more labels and things, little banners and labels, little, I don't know really what you'd call that, but a shaped piece anyway. Some little sort of faux postage stamps in sort of, you know, 3 different sizes there, so you've got a variety to play with. And then you've just got some text that I just picked up from the book there, so they're all in there. And then this page here, you've got a sort of stationery piece there. I absolutely love how that looks. It's just so pretty. Again, some more words from the book itself. It says welcoming you through the gateway, which I just think that's just lovely. And then you've got a pocket here, and then you've got some flowers, and then you've got a couple of tags. These are obviously quite big tags, but like I say, I mean, if you wanted to print sort of 2 to a page or anything like that, then obviously you'd have them smaller. I mean, I personally like massive items, but I know not everybody does. And then you've got an envelope here, and it's just got a pretty flower on the flap. And then you've got some of these like scrolly banners. And then this is your kind of fussy cut page with some flowers and things, and you've got 1 or 2 of the images that are sort of cut out, more like sort of paper doll type pieces. And then you've got a couple of frames, again, with a couple of nice images in and some other little bits to play with there, and obviously lots of flowers. And then on the final page, I just shrunk down a couple of the pieces that I thought that maybe you would like some smaller items of. So you've just got 1 or 2 of the journaling card, well, all of the journaling cards actually, I think, and then the 2 tags, and they're just shrunk down. So that's that page. So that's what you get, and let's have a play and see what we can make with the kit. So just going to move my material out of the way. Okay, so I have a project in mind. I'm just going to sort of zoom my camera in slightly, because otherwise I might be like too high, because obviously I had it very high so you could see what we were doing. Right, what I'm going to do, I think, is make a kind of I don't know what it would be called, but a little sort of flippy booklet, I suppose. So I've got some coffee dyed paper here, and I'm just going to fold it in half like that. And then I'm going to fold it in half again, like that. Whoops. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is fold it back onto itself on one side. And then I'm going to turn it over and fold it back onto itself on the other side. Okay. So then what you've got is basically like a little accordion page, but it's doubled over. So then what I'm going to do is just go to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to stitch down so that I form pockets. So I'll take you over. Okay, so I'm here at my sewing machine. Now what I'm going to do is, now I just have to kind of concentrate a little bit, otherwise I could easily go very wrong with this. Yeah, so I'm going to stitch around on the edges. Now, I don't think I want to stitch on the actual fold. I'm going to actually try and stitch around making actual pockets, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to change my thread length again to that 3.5 rather than the 2.5, which it seems to default to. And I'm just going to go in. Oops. I will do a back stitch because these are going to be pockets. I don't want it coming unravelled. So I'm just going down there. Okay, I have tried to speed up my stitching. So, and then we go down along here. And then I'm just going to go up along near the crease. Okay, so it's not quite on the crease, but it's very close. Okie dokie. So that's my first pocket. Okay, right, so far so good. So just trim that off. And then I'm just going to go and do the same thing now for all of those pockets. So into the next one. Oops. And to be honest, if you don't have a sewing machine or you don't want to sew, you could glue this. It would be absolutely fine glued. I just fancied doing something a little bit different, so that's why I'm using my sewing machine. But, you know, I think this would turn out just as good glued. Okay, I'm struggling to see whether I'm now on that crease. Okay. Hope I'm not on the crease. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much, but I prefer not to, just in case I want to add any pages in here, really. So, okay, I have just about missed it. Now this one, I've got a tear in this paper from the coffee dyeing process, so hopefully I'll get around that in a minute. So I'm just going to sew the last couple, yeah, the last couple. So exactly, oops, oh, sorry, my thread's kind of playing games now. So I'm just going to stitch the last couple of pockets here. Okay, again, just back stitching that because it is a pocket. Then we go down and round. Okie dokie, along the bottom. Obviously, you just have to be careful that you don't stitch the pieces the wrong way up, so you'd close your pocket openings, but yeah, hopefully it's okay. Now I have used that slightly thicker than copy paper, so this is 100 GSM, where you know your normal copy paper is around about oh no, I have missed the, sorry, I thought I'd done it on the fold, where your normal paper is kind of about 70 or 80 GSM, so it's very slightly thicker, only very marginally. The reason I'm not using thicker card really is because I think it might bulk it out too much. So, you know, have a play around if you're making something like this, but I just wonder whether the thicker paper would actually make this quite bulky, so I wanted to keep it a little bit more, you know, flimsy. Well, not flimsy, but a bit softer and less bulk. So there we go. Right, I'll just then take that out. So that's my piece. Now I'm just going to go back to my desk. Right, I am back from the sewing machine, and what else I did was I also have printed the background pages onto two to a page, because I'm going to try and make a sort of nice wraparound cover for this. So let's just have a look. I don't know whether, you know, I'm going to still need a bigger cover. We'll have a look. So if I take, for instance, this one, like this, and these are all printed on, I think it's 200 GSM card, and I have got the card that I buy linked down below. I love to buy either the photo matte paper, and I think it's Koala is the brand, which I found really, really nice. It's double-sided matte, or I also use super smooth 200 GSM, I think it's like presentation paper. It really produces beautiful quality prints, and yeah, I mean, I've kind of only more recently, in recent months, started experimenting with papers quite a bit, but it really does make a huge difference. So they're linked below on my, you know, Amazon kind of links. But it's worth finding a paper that really brings out the best on your printer. And I do always print in best quality printing as well. So, you know, they're just kind of a couple of, I guess, tips, you know, for when you're printing your kits and things. So just seeing whether that's going to be big enough, because, oh yeah, I think that is going to be fine. So I want to have a, like, you know, little clasp there, like that, I think. Now let me just check. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to fold that there, like that. Oops. Just down along the side. Now I wish that I'd printed this now double-sided. It just didn't even occur to me, if I'm truthful. So that's a bit of a shame, to be honest, but it doesn't really matter. What I could do is actually line this with something, so perhaps we'll just quickly do that. What shall I line it with? Well, I also have been printing out the pages in copy paper now, to decorate up my pockets. So I guess what I could do is line them with those. Do I want to do that? Or I've got some vintage paperwork down here actually to the side, which I could maybe line it with that. Let me just see how that's going to look. Yeah, I think that might look quite nice. Yeah, I think that might look quite nice. So let's just glue that down all the way along here. Obviously want it glued right down to the edge. Okie dokie. And then just lots of glue in the middle. And probably extra glue there where the folds are going to be. I mean, really, you're just wanting to make sure it's glued down and stuck down properly, but okie dokie. So I hope everyone's having a good day. I just want to say a massive thank you to Alana. Alana, if you're watching my video, I just want to say thank you so much. Your lovely happy mail arrived, and Alana was so kind. She sent me this gorgeous ring, which was her mum's ring. And that's just such a wonderful treasure. And I feel so humbled that you shared that with me. So that's really kind of you. Fits like a glove. So I absolutely love it. And yeah, thank you so much. Really kind of you. I just feel so, well, humbled and honoured, really, at people's kindness. And, you know, to share something so precious with me is just really kind of you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I love it. It's very pretty. And she also was very kind. She sent me some lovely bits of crepe paper to play around with, kind of dyeing my papers using crepe paper, and that's something I have never done before. So I'm looking forward to having a play around with that. And she sent me a nice selection of colours. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a bit of a play and you know, hopefully getting some nice results with the colouring. So oops. It's always really lovely when you can try out new things that you haven't really done before, isn't it? So yeah, very humbled by your kindness, Alana. Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm just wondering, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm just wondering whether I might stitch around the edge of this actually as well for a bit more interest. Let's have a look and see how it's going to be looking. I think I need to snip this down a bit in terms of height. So let's have a look, bring my piece in. Yeah, I'm going to have to snip it down quite a bit actually in terms of height. So yeah, let's take it down here. Oops. Hope I'm somewhere close to where it needs to be. Like that. So I'm going to stitch around that on the sewing machine and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine again now, and I'm just going to trim up my threads that are just now hanging off. There we go. Right. So this is going to be my little cover, and oh, how did I fold it? Is it here? Yeah. So just get my, I fold it there. Yeah, I think I did. So I'm just going to squash that down here. And my little flippy pad, I think, is going to attach here. Yeah. And then I'm going to have this around here. So it's like a little sort of wallet type piece. So we're going to have it folding in about there. Okay. Right, yeah. So I'm just going to kind of burnish that down because I made a bit of a rubbish job of folding that. So there we go. Like that. Okay. So I then take my little, I don't know what you'd call this, but my little foldy booklet piece, Now I just want to decide, I don't think there's probably one way better than the other, but just in case, I just want to kind of check that it's going to be, you know, folding in and out okay. So yeah. So I probably want it actually kind of quite close to that spine, I think. So all I'm going to do is stick my whole piece. Now actually my stitches are this way, which has kind of mucked things up a little bit, but well, it probably doesn't matter, except that I've now got this rough edge touching this, which then I sometimes then just find that that's a vulnerable spot for getting creased. There's not really anything much I can do about that, to be honest, unless I have it actually attached to the front of the book or of the purse or whatever this is that we're making. Perhaps I will do that. Am I going mad? Do you know, I'm now thinking perhaps I'm going mad. What if I have it that way? Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? Right, let's just check which way is going to be the best for opening. So this, if it was stuck down here, would open like that and like that. If it was stuck down here, it's going to open out that way and that way. So I think I prefer it that way. Now it's a bit of a shame because actually my folds are kind of the wrong way, because the bulk of my stitching now is going to be backwards, if you see what I mean, which that's a bit of a shame, to be honest, but you know, that's just the way it is. If I try and fold these now, I might end up damaging my piece, because obviously this is just copy paper thickness, so I don't want to kind of risk actually now damaging my piece really. So yeah, I'm going to have it that way, or do I want it this way? I know, sorry, it's really not making a great deal of difference, but it will, because actually when it folds, again, I've got that problem with the edge pieces. So from that point of view, it makes more sense to have it that way. I hope this is making sense. I suspect it's perhaps not, but hopefully it will all come clear in a moment. So just going to now, oops, glue down completely on here. I'm not going to make this as a pocket or anything like that. I'm just going to glue the whole thing down, because of course we've got lots of pockets in the actual copy paper itself. So just getting it glued down onto the cover. So just press that down there, and then just, okay, right. So I can use my glue spreader now, making sure that that's nicely glued. Oh, I hope that I've been in frame. I've now just had a look up and seem to be not in frame possibly. Let me just move that like that. Hopefully that's going to be a bit better. Okay, right, so hopefully that's kind of stuck okay now. Right, now I've printed some of the background pages, also shrunk down, but onto copy paper. So I'm thinking I can now decorate up my pages with some of the gorgeous images. And I've done them on copy paper because, of course, if I now use this thick paper onto what's effectively copy paper here, I might just kind of compromise the pocket. So, you know, I think probably the copy paper is better for just my decorating up. So okay, so I'm going to just take that down slightly more, and again I did them 2 to a page here for this project. Isn't that just such a pretty image? Just looks so lovely, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down like that. Okie dokie. And just stick that down. Okay, like that. Oops. Just might need a little extra glue there on that corner. I like to have everything really stuck down. Okay, so that's that one, which looks super pretty, doesn't it? So on this fold, I'm thinking I could actually have a little pocket on here, or I could have journaling space. I might just do a little pocket. So let's just decorate this up first, and yeah, and I'll kind of think what we're going to do there in a minute. So it's easy to get distracted, isn't it? Well, I find it's easy to get distracted. I don't know whether other people do, but so let's just turn that down. Oh my gosh, it's still really wide. Okay. Yep. So I'm just going to pop that one on there. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, what is this? So fiddly. Right. So we just pop that down there, like that. And then I'm thinking I really should have printed some of the ephemera on copy paper. Would have been probably quite a good idea, wouldn't it? Well, for the time being, I'm just going to tear a couple of these bits. Oh gosh, have I mucked that up? Oh well. That's quite pretty there, actually. Let's just pop that down there. Yeah, these papers have got a really nice dreamy kind of feel to them, so they're very nice colours. Very pretty. Okay, I might just go and quickly print off a couple of the ephemera pages in copy paper as well, so I've got those to use. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back now. And I've printed off the ephemera part, also shrunk it down and printed it just on some copy paper. And I've now got obviously the rest of my pages as well that I printed out. So now I've got plenty of bits to fill my pages with. So let's just have a look. Which one did we put on here? Ah, her. And she's so pretty, isn't she? Okay, so let's have this one here. Again, I mean, I'm just tearing these out, but of course you could do them how you wanted. Okay, I mean, for me, I just think sometimes the torn look looks nicer, really. I don't know why, but I'm not over keen. When you get just those straight edges, you know, where you've cut it down, it doesn't really seem to look scrumptious and nice for some reason. You know, on my pieces, I do like other people's pieces when they do things like that. But yeah, on mine, I just never feel quite happy with this if it's looking too straight. Okie dokie. Put that down there. They're so sweet, these images, aren't they? Just really, really pretty. And then we'll just do these couples. So, I mean, you can see now why obviously I've done this in the copy paper rather than thick paper, because this would now be very, very bulky, you know, if it were actually now still in thicker paper. So, yeah, that's kind of why I've done it that way. Okay, we'll just have her on here. Oops. Okie dokie, plenty of glue. Okay, Oops, pop that one down there. I'm putting all of them quite near the top so that it's hopefully kind of helping to strengthen the opening of the pocket, because obviously they are just copy paper, so they're not going to be, you know, hugely kind of stable, I guess. So I just am trying to kind of reinforce them a little bit by, you know, putting the pieces quite near the top. So, okay, let's have this one. Actually, now I'm thinking I should have saved this one, because we could have had this here just as journaling space. Let's just have a look. Because I was going to put a pocket on there, but to be honest, I think it's maybe getting a little bit on the thick side now. So I think maybe a pocket would be a mistake, because I'm going to actually just make it so it's not going to barely close. I'm just checking through my background pages that are on the copy paper, because I've actually got this one with the lined paper, which might be better, it might be too big, but let's have a look. Because this one maybe is a little bit on the small side. This one might be a little bit too monstrous, so let's have a look. Okay, the sun's shining out there. It's looking like it's going to be a nice day, although actually it looks quite windy. So yeah, maybe no bike ride today. Oops. Right, again, just want to check where my folds are to make sure that I'm not kind of touching where they are, because again, it will just kind of interfere with my paper. So you just want to kind of make sure that your folds aren't really kind of right near your piece of paper. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it is, but of course your paper's then going to get a bit creased each time it opens and closes. So it's just better if you can try and avoid those areas. You know, I find anyway. I mean, of course, completely up to you really, but I just find that quite annoying when it keeps coming up like that. Okay, so I just want to put something down here now. So in that case, I think we'll have this one, because obviously I didn't end up using that one, and of course I've torn it out, so might as well use it. It's never quite as simple, is it, as just running down and printing something off. You know, then you find your printer's run out of ink, or, you know, your paper's got stuck, or something like that. There's always something a little bit more to it. It's never quite so straightforward as it first sounds, but yeah, got there in the end. Right. And then, of course, I just need to now do these couple of bits. Now, this is where I've got that torn piece, so I definitely want to make sure that something's, you know, right up there. So let's have this gorgeous one here with those little deer poking out. They're so sweet. They've just got like the prettiest faces. Yeah, they look really, really pretty, don't they? Okay, so I can put those on there, I think. I might prefer them there, actually. So let me just check what I want there. Might even just have a sort of plainer one. Let's have a look. Not sure how this one will look, but we'll just try it. I think it's coming down quite a bit. Oh my gosh, look at my awful, awful tearing. Oh, and I just said, you know, oh, I need to make sure that I go over there, and now I've torn it completely, completely skew-iff. So, yeah, I'm not going to be using that one. Okay, but I'm not throwing it away, because I may well be able to use it for something else. Right, let's just grab this piece in now. to be honest, that one looked quite beige anyway against these, because this is quite blue, everything here. So yeah, let's just pretend that was kind of all deliberate. Just come in slightly more. Okay, a bit more across the top. Across there. And just down on this side. Okay. Right, so let's just take it down slightly more at the bottom. Still not sure that that's quite fitting on there, to be honest. It's seems really wide. Okay, I think it is. I think it is. I just can't really see because of the stitching. I can't really see where the fold is. You know, because I've got those 2 rows of stitching. The fold's getting kind of lost. This fold in here, this side. Okay, obviously I can see that one. Even I can see that. Oh, I haven't gone quite that terrible yet. Right. So again, trying to get that just quite high up on that piece of paper where it's torn, and then we just have this gorgeous, cute image here. Okie dokie. Yay, there we go. Oops, might need to move that over slightly because otherwise that might be now in the fold. Okay. Right, there we go. So there's such cute images, aren't they? I mean, that just looks so pretty. And then I've got obviously the rest of those bits that I printed on the copy paper as well. So I've got a little label piece, so we could have that there. Oops. Yeah, so let's just have that sort of here. So then you've got some, you know, tiny journaling spot here. Just put that down there. Okie dokie. And then might want to add a couple of more decorative pieces over on this side. So let's have a look. Okay, so I've got some flowers and things, and I've got some banners and things. So, right. Oh, these are tiny now because I've shrunk them down. These are going to be super fiddly. Why am I now picking one of these to cut out? That's going to be a mistake, isn't it? Oh well. Right, let's just go for this and maybe a flower or two as well. So. Oh, okay, right. Oops. Sorry, knocking my glue over. Oh my gosh. No, let me put my glasses on. Oh, okay, right. Oh, this is super fiddly. I do find cutting, you know, fussy cutting in copy paper is nowhere near as easy as cutting out on slightly thicker paper, because when you cut on very thin paper, the paper kind of folds and creases where you're cutting. So it just makes it, you know, a little bit trickier to do, I find. So yeah, this is you know, not only titchy because I've shrunk it down, but also it's on that copy paper, so I don't find that very easy. Oh my gosh, this is super fiddly. No wonder I don't do anything tiny normally. Oh, come on. It makes a massive difference once things are shrunk down, doesn't it? My gosh, that's just so tiny. I mean, even if I've managed to cut it out, Lord only knows how I'm going to actually manage to glue it down, to be honest. Oh my gosh, what terrible cutting. I've got just a couple of squarish kind of edges there. They didn't look very nice. Oh, oh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, let's just ink that up a bit. I mean, I haven't really inked anything else, but I'm just going to ink this up a bit because it's just going to disguise my rubbish cutting, to be honest. Which, let's face it, sometimes you just need a bit of help like that, don't you? Okay. It's such a cute piece. It actually looks quite nice everywhere, to be honest. I'm going to put it there, I think. Oh, how am I going to glue this down? Oh, I should have pulled in my glue with the fine tip. My fine liner glue, shouldn't I? I was already kind of gluing by the time that I thought of it. Okay, so that looks super cute there. And then, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to cut this flower out? It's doubtful, isn't it? Well, perhaps I won't do the flower. Perhaps we'll just do something else. Again, because I would rather cut that flower out on the thicker paper, weirdly, rather than this thinner copy paper. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Let's just have that there. Okie doke. Pop that one down. And to be honest, I mean, I don't think it really needs anything else. I think it looks just scrumptious, just as it is, you know, without needing anything else. So I will probably leave it like that. Now, what I will do, I think, is punch a couple of thumb holes in the top. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think I do. Do I want them this side or this side? Or do I want them kind of those ones that are, you know, through the both? Maybe I should have them through both. Possibly I should. Right, just before I do that, I might just quickly put something else down here. So, or on here. I've got those little postage stamps. So I'm just going to try and cut one of those out. This again is on that copy paper, so super flimsy. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Let's take that in there. Right, let me see if I can now quickly cut this postage stamp out. Again, I should have probably swapped my scissors for those other jaggedy edge ones really, rather than these, but never mind. Okay. Well, it looks okay, doesn't it? I mean, it's a bit weird, but it will do. Let's just ink that up again, just where there's any white bits still showing. Okay, we'll just pop that, I think, just there. Okie doke. Like that. Okay, right. So that's that. Now, let me just get my circle punch and punch these thumb holes in. Still can't decide whether I want them going right the way through. I think possibly right the way through would be sensible. Yeah, I think it probably would. So, right, let me stand up to do this so I can kind of look down. Otherwise I'm going to miss or muck this up as well. So, here we go. 1. And, oops, 2. And then this one. Okay, and then the final one, just going to because with this is obviously now glued down, so I just need to, oh gosh, have I glued that now? Hang on, now glued my whole pocket down. There we go, right, just want to get my punch in there. like that. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, I didn't really go in there, look. I just scrumpled the paper up. Right, let's go again. Hopefully that's gone in better. Still feels a bit weird. That's better. That's better. Right, okay, let's get rid of these bits. Okay, so it's looking super cute now, isn't it? And then I've done my ephemera pieces, shrunk down as well. What have I done with those? But not on coffee paper this time. So they are actually on, you know, the thicker paper. But actually now I'm thinking I might just quickly nip back down and print the coffee dyed background on. So yeah, I'm not going to cut those out and put those in yet. I will add the coffee dyed pieces. And then this is going to go like that. I've got some of those little Velcro dots that I purchased recently. Let's just grab those out. Oops. Oh, which drawer are they in? Okay. And just pop that onto one of those loopy loops. Okay, and then just grab that off. Okay, right. So I want to kind of have it like this. So I'm just going to pop that down there and then just close that over. So it's looking really pretty, isn't it? And then just going to finish that off, I think, with a tiny bit of course, lace. Was not going to get through that whole video, was I, without doing any lace. I've got this super fine lace, which, to be honest, possibly could have put this inside. Obviously, I did resist the urge of lace because I thought then this might not close up, but this is super fine. So I might just add that sort of on the inside. But I think on the outside, I just need some lace running down that side. So let me just have a look in my drawer behind me with my spools that we sorted out the other day. So let's just pull those in. Well, not pull them in, but oh, I've got this one. You know that lace with the ribbon through? Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it, on there? Okay, my ribbon's just kind of like come out of the holes a little bit. Hold on. Let me just thread that back through. And there. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Fiddly. Oh, what is going on with me today? Honestly, I don't know what happens. Some days just, what on earth? Oh, come on. Come through, come through. Oh no, as I try and pull it, it just kind of pings back out. Have I got it? Yep. Oh, honestly. There's probably a knack to doing this, to be honest, which again, I clearly don't have the knack, but yeah, there's probably like a good little technique for doing this, but oh well, it's fine. It's worked. It's on there now. So just going to fabric tack that down on the flap there. Okey-doke. And I'll just trim that down on the ends. That one and that one. And I'm just going to add a bit of glue here because that ribbon's kind of poking out, so I don't want it obviously coming away from the lace. And the same here, just attach that lace to the ribbon there so as it's, you know, properly stuck down. Okay, right, do we want anything else on here? I mean, to be honest, you know, as you know, I just love decorating and adding things, but it looks super pretty already. I don't actually know whether it needs anything anything more on there. Let me just have a look. Oh. Oh, I could have one of these. I love these little types of bits. Oh, or could have some of those words. Until my darling came again. This feels really thick. Perhaps I've got 2 sheets here. I don't think I have, but it feels super thick. That might be too long. I mean, I could cut it in 2 till my darling came again. You could have it like that. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Let me just ink that up. And I really don't want to kind of over ink this. So, I mean, I've not even dipped this into the ink. I'm just using what little bit of ink there is left on there from last time. Because I really don't want to, you know, drown it out with kind of really heavily inked pieces. Because they're quite delicate papers. I don't want to kind of have them really, you know, over inked. So yeah, now do I want maybe a little flower or something on here? Just got my little flower trims. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Right, let's glue these down. So just have that one. And then this one. Okay. And we'll just pop that flower in there. It just looks really pretty, doesn't it? It's kind of delicate and, you know, scrumptious looking. So just going to fabric tack that one down. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, let's get rid of these bits off of the desk. And I'm just wondering whether it needs anything more. I know it's like a tiny piece. How much more can it possibly take? But I'm just wondering whether it needs a little bow. So 2 seconds while I bring in my little tray of bows, my drawers of bows. Now, do I have one that would be a good colour? The grey looks quite pretty on there, strangely. I mean, you know, wouldn't necessarily have thought the grey, but it does look quite pretty on there. I thought I had some white. Here we go, some white sort of organza bows. That might look nicer. Oh yeah, that's super pretty, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm just going to put that bow on there. So let me just again pop that away. Oh, trying really hard to stay on top of my mess. Yeah, anything that's been tidied up, I'm trying to kind of really keep it tidy. So okay, there we go. That's so gorgeous, isn't it? Such a scrumptious little piece. So I'm going to go and print the ephemera pieces with the coffee dyed background page on the back. Oh, well, I say that, look, I've just cut into that one. I just totally forgot, obviously, that I was going to do that. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so I'm back now. So I've just literally printed them, you know, double-sided with the, you know, coffee dyed kind of background. So I just want to now cut out a couple of, whoops, couple of bits to just put into the pockets. So there we go. Oh, I suddenly feel quite chilly. I mean, it's still a nice day. The sun is still shining and things, but I've been downstairs and it's never as warm downstairs as it is up here. So I think these are going to fit just nicely now in here. Oh, oh my gosh, very fiddly. Oh, there we go. So there's one. Oh no, maybe it's not going to fit because of my shoddy stitching. Oh well. Oh no, yep, it is. Oh, that's a fiddly one to get in. Right, there's one. And then okey-doke. Okay, just quickly do these couple. I mean, I might actually ink around these, to be honest, because you know, when they're actually in the pockets, I think they'll look quite nice inked. Okay. So we'll put that one in there. Oh gosh, come on. Okay. Ah, it's a tight fit. It's a tight fit. This is. There we go. And then just one more. So take this one. Okay. Oops. Sorry, just dropping everything everywhere for the moment. There we go. Yay. Oh, this one's even more fiddly. I think I kind of shied away from this one just now and obviously went for that end one. This one just is really tricky to get to. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Yay! Right. So the only one, oh, there we go. There we go. So I've got my 4 little tags obviously in there. And obviously opening out, you know, either way. Got some little journaling space there, journaling space here. I mean, you could journal here because that's quite plain. A little bit of journaling space here and here. And then the whole thing just closes up like that. So such a super cute little piece, isn't it? Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed that little sort of mini project. It's just ideal for a Sunday morning maybe or something. Didn't take sort of a whole bunch of time, but you know, you get something really, really cute and very squishy and nice to touch at the end. So hope that you enjoyed it. And as I say, the kit's for sale and all available in my shop. So thank you so much for joining me and hopefully see you again soon. Thanks then. Have a great day. Bye.